Hello, Andy Watson. Who is Andy Watson? I want to refer to you. You are Dr. Andrew S. Watson, Freshwater Ecologist, Freshwater Ecology Group, National Institute of Water and Atmospheric Research, Ltd. NV, Christchurch, New Zealand. I send you an email and I will show it here because I have nothing to keep or to disguise or to just not show to the people. I told you it's a pity, but I've seen you keep on supporting Castillo and Aguilar. Didn't you learn about ethics? Denver is doing shit with our species, and you support shit. Also, I've seen your document on Batrachophilus macrostomus, and you and your friends are not serious, not quoting at any time I work. Anyhow, I'll get you all for this, all the shit you're doing. What I'm talking about, and I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. My name is Carlos Arias. I am a biologist. I left Peru a long time ago, and well, yes, I tried to do many things, but well, I'm going to change it right now because I want to show you something, and then I'm going to show you why I told this to this doctor, because I tell you one thing to all doctors: to be a doctor, it doesn't mean that you are correct, that you are serious, that you have ethics, that you have moral. Many of them don't have nothing. And I am very convinced about this because of all what happens with a species that is called Telmatobius culeus, the giant, what they say, the giant frog from Titicaca Lake. So people say, no, we're doing it right, and the problem is, and I have all the papers to show you, the problem is that they don't give a shit about all what is happening. Peru gave a permit for cultural purposes to have 20 specimens of Lake Titicaca frogs. But this permit, and please hear it well, Dr. Watson, I won't call you doctor because you're nothing. To me, you're nothing. Watson. And this permit was issued for Denver Zoo just to have the animals at the zoo. But it didn't talk, and it didn't allow to breed the animals and to distribute them everywhere. And what did Denver Zoo did? Do you want to see? Or do you want me to refresh your memory? If you think I'm lying, I'm going to show you. Because you think I'm just lying, or you're going to tell everyone now that I'm just bluffing. I'm just telling bullshit. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Because this is stupid. This is a permit to give Denver Zoo 20 animals for them to take. And then I'm going to show you this is the permit, the last permit, with which the 20 frogs that I wouldn't give 20 frogs, and I don't know why they did this, were given to Denver Zoo with no known sex. That means, anyhow, they were given females and males. And here in our country, it says, I will show you, in which type we gave the frogs. And here is somewhere, I'm going to find it. Here, you see it. Don't exchange specimens from Telmatobius that we are not allowing, or that we don't allow it. Do not sell specimens from this species. And if you want something, you have to do it with the knowledge of Peru. It is stated here. Okay? It is here. Here is the zoo, Denver Zoo, must not to sell the specimens that we gave them, or the reproduced ones. You're going to say now that Denver Zoo will say, you never told me about the babies that we're going to get. That's what you're going to tell me? Bullshit. And here states also that Denver Zoo must inform every month of everything they are doing with the species, our species, from Bolivia and Peru. Okay? And here, if I am not wrong, let me show you. Okay, here is, you can see where my cursor is only for cultural purposes. And when you have this permit like this, I'm talking because I was also an officer in the ministry. Cultural purposes means you are not allowed to reproduce them, you are not allowed to distribute them, nothing. It is our heritage. It is a frog that comes from a very important lake in Peru and Bolivia. Okay? After that, and when I heard what happens here in Europe, that Denver Zoo sent without permission 150 animals, supposedly to help the species from extinction, and that was also bullshit. Why? Because Denver Zoo sent 150 frogs or tadpoles, all from one single pair of parents, and that is no good endangered wildlife project. That is bullshit. After I said everything in Peru and I started to say this everywhere, Denver Zoo sent the first inform. After 7 years, he repeated to send the same papers we gave them. This is one of them. The paper in which they say what they gave to Denver Zoo, what is not relevant. Second paper, what's the amount of money that we think costs every frog? $50. And this is the only paper that Denver Zoo gave about all the management husbandry that they did to this frog. Anyhow, and nevertheless, they showed that the animals were reproducing like hell. That's it. What next? This what you see here is all the institutions they sent frogs. They distributed the frogs with no permission from Peru, neither Bolivia. Fort Worth Zoo, Detroit Zoo, Nashville Zoo, Atlanta Zoo, Dallas Zoo, St. Louis Zoo, Brookfield Zoo, Colorado State University, Chester Zoo, England, 150 animals, 100 animals to Omaha's Henry Dorley Zoo, Cincinnati Zoo, Vancouver Aquarium, Canada, Omaha's Henry Dorley Zoo, again. Okay? This was an illegal act from America that doesn't give a shit. Okay? And you knew it. I told you. I told everyone. And you didn't give a fuck. What else? These are the papers that CERFOR, Peru, sent to Germany, telling them they are not supposed to be having animals from our country. This is another one to CITES. This is the UK, because they were the ones that brought these animals and that distributed the animals in whole Europe to do this shit. And who did this? Gerardo Garcia Romero. I know him, and he knows me. That's why he started all this shit. Okay, what happened with all this? Why I'm angry? Because if you see here, we're talking about the biggest frog, and it is not the Titicaca frog. It is this one, Telmatobius macrostomus. And what happened here? They forgot me. In this one, in this Wikipedia website, they forgot my work. They don't put it here. They just put Ariana Angulo, that is also in this mess inside, and she doesn't do anything, even though she's the chair of the amphibians group in the IUCN. She doesn't do anything. She puts Castillo Roque, but my work, shit. You forgot, didn't you? Okay. I'm gonna show you what else and why I got angry. Because you think I'm bluffing or I'm saying some bullshit? No. I'm angry because I have reasons. This South American Journal of Herpetology, you make a work, a paper, no? Luis Castillo is this young boy that is working with the Junin frog. Roberto Elias is the other vet that is working also with many animals there, and he is responsible of all this bullshit. You also are here. Indicators for population monitoring of Dermatobis species. When you are serious and you do a work, yeah, and you talk about all these things about where to find and how many are they and everything. What data? 2024, and you know my work. You know my work. I go to the references. Arias Segura Carlos is not there. Why? Is your work serious when you don't do this? Why you don't do it? You know why? Because the assholes, Roberto Elias, Luis Castillo, Cesar Aguilar, with which you worked, they don't like me. Why? Because I show them all the time how corrupt are they. Why is it corrupt? Why is it corrupt? You want to know why is it corrupt? What's the problem? I can show you, and I will show you why I'm angry about all this, and I don't like it because it's not fair, it's not right, it's not ethical. Let's see. Mr. Castillo knows the things that Denver Zoo has done, and nothing happened. Nothing happened. Even though that, he got support and keeps on working with Denver Zoo. Even though Denver Zoo did this, they went against the paper we gave them when we gave them the 20 animals. What is this? I won't work. I will never work if I am an ethic. If I work with ethics, I will never work with an institution that doesn't comply with the papers and the agreement that we gave them not to distribute, not to reproduce the animals. And they did. And Mr. Castillo is getting paid by Denver Zoo because he works now for Denver Zoo and he gets a prize. Where are the ethics? Where's the moral? There's nothing. There's bullshit. They are selling their bodies like prostitutes. And he keeps on working like Roberto Elias Piperis. He's the one that did all this shit. And Castillo doesn't give a shit. He's doing it. He's still doing it. to a country that doesn't give a shit and does whatever they want. Why? Because we're stupid Indians or what? And you know why they work with them? Just because there's money. That's it. And you have no moral, no ethics. You wanna should I show you more? I'm gonna show you what you wrote to me, okay? Watson, you have no moral. You say here, Dear Carlos, I have received your message. I take accusations regarding ethics and attribution seriously. You do? Really? You do? What do you do against Denver Zoo and what they have done? What have you done? Nothing. Why? 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 Tell me why. Because if you start to fight with them, you won't get a sponsor. That's why. Doctor. And you say, if you believe your work has been used without proper citation, you have my work. You know my work. And you never mention it in this last paper. That's why I'm angry. Because if you do a paper, you are serious and you look all the relevant documents. And mine was very relevant. I was working in the giant frog from Junin more than 10 years. For context, you say, I have been supporting Luis, an early career researcher conducting in situ community-based conservation work and promotion, environmental education across Junin and Pasco. These tangible, ongoing contributions and efforts, which I stand by, are ethical and impactful. I find the tone and content of your emails disappointing and unhelpful. What contributions to conservation across Junin and Pasco have you made in the last years? In the last years, I didn't do anything. You know why? Because I'm in Germany. But I did the first works with the Junin frog. I raised the alarm. And I told everyone, no one gave a shit. In those times when I was working with the frog, no one gave a fuck for the frogs. And it was after I went to Jersey and I talked to Gerardo Garcia that everyone started to get interested. I was the first that had in breeding these frogs alone. No one helped me. Okay? And I did many things as an officer in the ministry. What have you done? What have you done? Nothing about the things that Denver Zoo is doing. Nothing. I'm trying to get forbidden Denver Zoo to come again to Peru and to help or to do something because they are corrupt. And you say, the closing sentence of your message is unacceptable. Unacceptable? Do you find it acceptable that I have to just bow before Denver Zoo of the corruption what they did? They sent frogs when they were told not to do it. Is this stupid or what? Or what's your doctor for? You're stupid or what? I'm going to show you one more thing if you think it's not acceptable. I'm going to show you. If there are many things to stop this corrupt things, nothing. Look at this man, Mitch White. He bought Telmatopus culeus in America. Who sold them? Who did? Huh? Tell me. You don't give a shit. You just go on working because if you complain, if you do problems, they will put you off the side like they did to me. He has Telmatopus. Who gave him those animals? And he has a lot of postings about this. I'm going to show you. This man told me personally he bought it. But he didn't want to tell me who sold him these animals. And now he has it. And he will give it to everyone. And you think I'm lying? Why the hell they did this? Why? Tell me. It was prohibited. And America did this because they don't give a fuck. Okay? And I don't like it because Peru must be working with these animals. And if someone does something wrong to my species, I will never work again with this institution. And that's what I'm trying to do now in Peru. To block America and then very soon to tell them, quit the shit. You will never get anything else again. But they don't give a fuck. You think I'm lying? He's filmed everything. I'm going to show you. Here in the pictures, he has a lot about Telmatobius and what he's breeding. Who gave him permission? Who? Tell me. Is that house supposed to be an endangered wildlife project? Is that how it's supposed to be? And Luis Castillo is supporting this. And Roberto Elias is supporting this. What are you doing about it? What are you saying about it? Nothing. And you tell me I am too aggressive? Don't you think it's normal that I am complaining? I talk to everyone and no one helps because they don't give a shit. Just like you. Just like you. I'm going to show you because I'm not lying. This man got frogs and I don't know how many others. Okay, look, this all is from him. My frog sex here. Another one, my frogs. Who gave him permission? Look, with eggs. His frogs. Great, isn't it? And this from someone that didn't have to have these animals. They had no allowance. He was not allowed by Peru or Bolivia. So tell me, Mr. Watson, who's here the corrupt, who has no ethics, to put me at the side just because you don't want the world to know who was working with this 10 years or more. That was me. I'm now living in Germany. I'm fighting because Germany is doing the same shit. And I told them, everyone, please don't do this. Peru didn't give permission for this to spread the frogs. And you tell me that I'm aggressive? That you are disappointed? You are no doctor, you know? You are just same thing as the other two or three. Cesar Aguilar, Roberto Elias, and Luis Castillo. They don't give a shit that this country and this zoo stole our frogs and did whatever they wanted. They kept on working with them. Who has the ethics? You or me? Okay. You know now. Then what you gonna do? Tell me. Mr. Watson, with ethics. Serious. Yeah. You tell me another story tomorrow, okay? Bye.